All right, welcome back, everybody. How y'all doing? Oh my goodness! I tell you what, the it's amazing what time does. It really is. So after the last video with all my extra parts now from tearing that other fuselage apart, I got all these extra little parts over here of you know things and screws and landing gear mounts and stuff out of this Aeroscout. Some of the stuff I'll save, some of it I'll toss, but I got these control rods that'll work out for something else, and this piece of wood right here. Plenty of screws, but I got a great idea on the way home. After that last video, remember we had this long piece right here, and I'm like, yeah, you can't really do nothing with that unless you have a major boo-boo going on. Well, I realized that I had the short version of that, okay? There's the long version, and this was just the short version, just the piece up front. But then I went and started thinking about what if we just doubled up on that former right there, cut out this pattern right here around the nose, that shoulder looking thing, and made it to where it fits. Now I know it's not exactly symmetrical, but it's symmetrical enough. And we can just put that in there, put the 3 screws back in it, epoxy it into place, and that will double up on the nose along with that thing right there that we printed for the underside. So hopefully this nose will be, rock solid. Okay, let me set you guys up over here because I know you don't want to be jostled around. Okay, there we go, something like that. And I'll show you how all this fits. So you have the beveled holes for your screws to actually fit in, nice and flush. Okay, and we can just slide. Now, what's this going to do? It's going to raise your battery up 1.5 millimeters. Okay, which isn't too horrible, but you'd like it as low as possible for center of gravity and to fit underneath the. There we go. Show that forward. Okay. Get that out of the way for you. So yeah, we can glue that in. There we go. We can glue that in. You see how the holes are just a little bit off, but we can push that forward. Epoxy that in, and that'll double up on that nose. And I'll make sure I get epoxy along this edge on both sides to make a little gusset, a little filler. I'm sorry, not a gusset. It'll make it a fillet. Yeah, a fillet. Okay, and then we can start putting all of the essentials back in. But I got another motor I might be able to fit onto this thing. Okay, let's see here. Hold on a second. There we go. I got this super mega jet motor that I got from Grayson Hobbies a few years back, and I was running this with a lot of these foam park flyers. 30 amp speed controller, that'll work. But I could also run this. This works off of a 30 amp. That one was made for the 50 amp speed controller. But I also have another motor. Where'd it go? Hold on a second. Let me go find that one. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is a Sonic Jet or something like supersonic motor from Grayson Hobby. That one might be able to fit on there as well. We'll have to see about that. Way more powerful than the stock motor that came on it. I'll have to check on that. Okay. Yeah. So that's a lot more power. I don't know. The connectors are different compared to the original motor. Yeah, Huge difference in connector size. It'll take a little bit of work to get that on there and mess around with that. Yeah, we might have the same mounting base on the rear. I have to take all this stuff apart and check it out. All right, in the meantime, let's get this thing going. 15-minute epoxy is all you need. That'll be perfect for this particular job. And it's going to stiffen up the front end. If you have like E6000, you could use that. If you have like maybe a Gorilla Glue, that'll work. If you have foam tack could probably work. I'm not highly recommending that particular one. But epoxy is probably the best bet overall. You could probably even use some thick CA. That'll probably work just as well. You know? Thick CA. I mean, if you're really in a push, if you really, you know, are desperate, there's always glue sticks. You know, if you really had to do something, there's always glue sticks. All right, let me get this mixed up and glued in. Okay, so what we did is drilled in a couple holes, countersunk them, and did the same thing down here is to drill a couple holes to accept that. And let's go mix up some glue. Mix up some glue. All right, mixed up a little epoxy. Make sure we coat the right side of this rascal. I guess I could have also thinned it out a little bit. But we'll paint it on here. I guess you guys can see that, right? Yeah, you gotta be able to see it. You're not fucking blind. You're not stupid either. And of course I'm wearing all the necessary safety precautions. You know, gotta be able to be safe. There we go. Nice little coat on there. Okay. And let's throw a little coat on the inside of this bad boy. Now I gotta be really careful not to get this shit around the steering mechanism. Yeah, that would not be good. Can't have that shit be dripping inside all of that. So we can get around it, but don't get any in it. Just starting to get a little warm, starting to thicken up already. It's 15-minute epoxy and it's already starting to set. So let's get that out of the way. And we'll start getting this in. Just like so. Pop that booger right on in there, like that. And I guess I could maybe put those together. All right. And we'll pop in a couple screws and get this thing kind of like locked in. And if battery height becomes a problem with the cowling, I can always dig out a little bit of the foam on the cowl and get my space back. You know, clear that out just a little bit. Get those 3 in, and now we'll put in these 2 in here in the rear. And there we go. Come on, little baby, get on in there. There we go. Nice. Very nice. That worked out. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. All right, let's see where we are here, guys. Okay, so we got a nice little little overflow of glue right up in here, if you see it. Okay. Got a little bit of a, you can see the glue right here on the edges just a little bit. Same thing with that side there. So yeah, we'll let that set up. That'll work out really well. I'm happy with that. I'm glad you guys thought of that. Cool deal. All right, we'll be back. So the hardest part about this whole darn thing was, believe it or not, where's a little pointer at here? Let me get a, there we go. Was the zip ties right in here holding on the speed controller. That, yeah, getting those little devils on there was a chore, and you definitely need tweezers and some ingenuity and thinking outside the box. Remember, this was put together, all the stuff was put together while it was still open and everything was accessible. Now that everything is, enclosed, it's a little bit difficult to get to. So everything is back together. Landing gears on. I got that, the doubler basically is what it is. Inside it's set up, and I need to re-glue my strap on. But I like the idea. I saw a guy with some kitchen drawer liner. It's like this rubbery, sticky stuff. Instead of using Velcro, I think I might go with that idea instead. I just never did like Velcro in the battery department. And it's just me. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying it's just me. But everything's back together. Everything works as it should. And remember, if you're ever doing anything with these digital motors, if it's running the wrong way, just switch any 2 wires. It's that simple. You don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, which wire goes where. It doesn't matter. Just switch 2 of them if it's not in the right direction. So that's it. Let's go fly this bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Snow. I want to put some skis on you. All right, that's it. Yep, that's what we ended up doing. Did not use this. I mean, if you have to use this, yeah, you're in for a real treat. Actually, what I thought about doing was hindsight now, instead of using just the version that comes up to about here, I could have trimmed this one off all the way back to about here and trimmed it around the servos and had just a complete longer plate that went all the way down, right up to the servos. That way the battery's completely supported all the way and you don't have, that janky looking thing. But it'll work. Let me see here. New fuselage. We got the underside support on. I don't like that gap right there, so I think I'm going to heat this thing up with a hot air gun and form that a little bit, and then possibly put a screw down in the back end of it here. But that's for another project for another day. It doesn't affect anything currently. So there we go. Yeah, there's another one. Here's another one. There's another guy trying to sell one. I think I might see if I can get a decent deal on it. You can pick these things up used, fairly inexpensive. So if you don't want to buy a brand new one, they're out there. Craigslist, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. Just letting you know. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Be safe. Have fun. Like, subscribe, all that horse shit. If that's your thing. If you do, great. You don't, great. Doesn't cost you either way. Take care. Bye.